is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to our man Dave in Clearwater. Hey, Dave, Happy New Year. What's happening, man?
Happy New Year to you, my brother. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, man. How you been?
I am doing well, man. I'm doing well. Can I throw a quote out at you?
Sure.
In the market, somebody knows something. Someone always knows something. That statement was made by a great trader by the name of Tom O'Brien about 6-7 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
And it kind of hit me like a brick. You're right. Somebody always knows something.
Hey, Carlos, what's going on, brother?
I'm calling you back, Tom. This morning I had the pleasure to talk to you and your son, and I don't want to miss the opportunity to talk to you again.
Well, I think you made some money on this bond.
Oh, yes, Tom. Your newsletter helped me.
That's a beautiful thing. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Love has no obligations or expectations. When you love, whatever you do because you want to do it. It becomes a pleasure. It's like a game, and you have fun with it. When you love, you don't expect something to happen. Whatever happens is okay, and hardly anything disappoints you. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 185, Nasdaq up 80, S&P's up 22, gold contract down $6, traded at $12.90 an ounce. Silver down 4 cents, $17.05 an ounce. Platinum down $5, $9.76 an ounce. Copper flat, $2.98 a pound. Light sweet crude up 27 cents, $47.64 a barrel. Notes, 10-year note down 9 ticks, 126.17. 30-year bond down 19, 155.18. King dollar up 449 ticks, trading 93.461. The euro is 117.5 to the U.S. dollar. The yen is at 109.5 to the U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay, so we get over and we take a look at the SPY. What you're going to see out here, you're up $2.33. You have 39 million shares traded. You're going into 128 million shares traded. Bottom line, you get a nice dead cat bounce. You get light volume. You can make the argument, there's no doubt about it, that, each and every time this happens, you get a 2-day wonder on the way down, bang, it comes all the way back. This particular time we had a 3-day wonder. We'll see if that's how this shakes out. My take on it is that what we're actually doing here is forming a B to a C of an ABC structure on the way down because the volume is absolutely anemic. And what you also have here is that this is the first time that we came down so hard twice within the span of 5 days. We came down on the August 10th. You came down with conviction. You go back topside. When we came down the first time, you came down with 120 million. You go back topside with 56. We came back down with 128. And now the number you want to keep your eye on here, folks, happens to be how we popped the last time. Because what markets do is this. So picture, markets are all about energy. Energy on the way up, energy on the way down. And what I expect you're going to see here is that this counter trend bounce is actually going to be weaker than the one that we had on the 14th, 15th, and 16th. On the 14th, when we bounced the first day, was 73 million. We're not going to do 73 million today. The second day, we did 55. The third day, we did 56. We'll see what we shake out here doing today, but I expect it's going to still be dramatically lighter volume, and tomorrow will even be lighter volume. We take a look at the NDX 100, the 3 Qs. Same type of setup in the Qs. What do you have with the Qs out here? When we came down on the 10th, you came down with 63 million shares. When we did the bounce, first day of the bounce was 34 million. Second day was 25. When it gave it up was 31. We came down on the 17th with 70 million. We're not going to do 34 million today. We're at 26 right now. We'll see what it gets. Same type of setup, though. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Gold contract, folks, had a price spread out here today of $11. The low out here is $10.87. The high is $12.98. Bottom line, you're backing down with light volume. In fact, you're going, we're going into 330,000 contracts. Thus far, you've done 253, and you're actually hanging right at the highs. This is building costs to try to get up and over this whole 1307 area. If we take a look at the bond market, the note and bond market acting the exact same way, meaning you're backing down, has lighter volume. The 10-year, it's going after, it's June 4th, I believe. Yeah, June 14th high. That's 127.08. We got up to 127.01 last Friday. That had 1.3 million contracts. You're backing down with 875 today. That's still building cause to get into higher price. And good old King Dollar. This is where King Dollar is going to basically tell us what's happening here. So King Dollar came off its lows after coming down from January 3rd. On the 4th of August, King Dollar goes topside, has some decent volume as it comes off the low, which would be expected, nothing heavy. We had 31,000 contracts. It goes sideways for a couple weeks. First time we came down August 11th. You came down to 28,000. You get to a higher high with 40,000. We got lower yesterday with 18. Today, you have 18. And that is coming into the 28,000 from the 11th. So the way that that's set up is that it still looks to me like it wants to get up to that 95 and 96. What you also have happening, though, is that you can see it's going up on light volume. So the correlation is that you very well could be setting up a much larger B2C of an ABC structure on the way down. If we take this, we put this on a monthly basis, what you're going to see is that it's been a one-way trade. 103.815, that was January 3rd. 92.390, that was this month. We'll see if it can even get to this 96,700. But if we get that, then that sets up a potential ABC structure on the way down that has basically 88 down to, if we break 88 with too much, if we get into that by like 2 or 3 points, then get out of the way, man. Then 72 is wide open for a test. So we get a lot of moving pieces here. The dollar, I suspect, is going to be one of the biggest ones that's going to move markets around. What that's going to be about, that's going to be all about Jackson Hole, what Draghi has to say, what Yellen has to say as to where these currencies want to be trading. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Some of the higher volume stocks out here, you have Bank of America up 46 cents. Advanced Micro is up 12. GE is up 13. You got Ford up 13. Apple's up 258. Macy's is up 90 cents. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Be right back, folks.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up 194. You get the Nasdaq up 83. S&P's up 23. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, as we do each and every Tuesday at 20 past the first hour. And don't forget, folks, Basil's got a great show here every trading day, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. You can get that show right on your cell phone. You go to TFNN.com. You just hit Tiger TV. Now, as you're coming over to TFNN, don't forget, he's got a great newsletter that you can test drive that newsletter. The way you do it, you go to newsletters, you're going to go to trading newsletters, you are going to see the opening call. You just hit that opening call. You can test drive it 30 days absolutely free. Basil Chapman, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Doing great, man. Yourself?
Very good. Thank you.
Good. So is the heat in Boston? Have you got any cooler days yet?
It's really nice. I'm not complaining. Whatever we can get, I'm going to take. You can push me all the way to November, December.
Oh, totally. No, totally. I know. I just know that this is the time of the year that you might just get a little break, and then you know that, here comes the fall, you know?
That's right. But also sometimes in August we get those real stinkers. Humidity, but this is pretty good. Can't complain.
So what are we going to look at today, Basil?
So we'll start off with the Dow, and what's really interesting about the Dow is that we had a move from the 22,179 high back on August the 8th. We had it pull back to 21,843, then it bounced up, failed, it made that arch formation, the one that I call the lowercase h, took out the left side low, and it went down to the low yesterday of 21,600. Let me just change that. I got 21,641, but it wasn't. It was 21,600. Now the move, and I had a technique that I show subscribers where I call it the Chapman Wave Trend Gauge. The trend gave a very high reading, which said on Friday that within 2 days, there should be a very strong bounce. We got that bounce from the low yesterday, and it followed through today. Now, it's really interesting, and I just got an interesting email from a subscriber who was listening to the show earlier on. He said, "That's very, Basil, if you listen to the beginning and then the end of your radio show today, you did a complete 180 from bear to bull. But actually, if he listens carefully, what I was talking about is that it's very confusing because within the context of the market, I've spoken about this rotational correction that we keep getting,
Yes.
and that even within sectors, you can have stocks that are doing very well. And what I was saying, because I was answering a question that one of our Tiger listeners has sent to me saying, wait a minute, if the VIX is, I think this person thinks the VIX can go much higher going into later on in the fall. And why am I long? And I said, I looked at certain charts, and we were able to choose stocks this week, and especially yesterday and even today, that are doing really well. I mean, one of a stock we just picked up today is up an even greater percentage than the Dow right now, just on the day. So I had to go quite independently and look at the markets and say we've still got our short position, small short position on the Dow, but at the same time, there are stocks that the chart patterns looked really good, and I had no choice. You remember I spoke to you about when I was doing my webinar, my 2-series webinar, there was a stock I showed you that we picked up the very next day after the first webinar.
Yes.
TWO is the symbol.
Yes.
It's two.
Take two.
It's called
right.
No.
Yep.
It's called Two Harbors. It's
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an investment company. It really is a REIT management company.
Yeah.
I said, I like it. It fits all the action that we're looking for in the Chapman wave. It seems to be forming a cup formation. It still has to make a C and a D. Those are the requirements in the looking for 4 higher peaks. It's walking the 9-period moving average. I liked it. It had a gap that it needs to fill. And I said that if it can get to the 10.19 area to fill the gap, that'll really accomplish everything we're looking for, at least in the daily chart, and then we can move to the weekly chart. Well, lo and behold, even today it was moved up. It went to $10.22. So it's fulfilling everything with a left side, right side price time match. And now the weekly chart has got this very deep cup formation like a U, and the MACD is still not very good, but the stochastic is. So the price is acting very well. So as long as I'm getting that, for subscribers, I think we should be very satisfied because we're looking at what's working and what's not. So out of our, I think it was 6 positions we've got, we took one small gain today, and we've got one small loss, and the rest are in positive territory. So we've got longs and shorts. Mostly it turns out to be longs right now. I mean, I don't know how to explain that other than to say that this is the kind of market we're looking at. So I'm still on the Dow. I'll go back to the Dow chart. I still think the Dow is very close to some kind of a failure pattern within about another 50 points higher, that it should make another arch formation and start to worm its way lower. But it's absolutely correct that within the hour, in fact, that was a very critical hour because we saw the market look as if it was going to pull back, and then all of a sudden it got another leg to the upside. So I don't want to fight anything right now. We've got our positions, we've got our short positions, we've got our long positions, and so far that it's working. But in answer to the question, bull to bear, no, I still remain. I still consider this to be a consolidation phase. I think it's going to be chop, 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 up and down. And I just don't see it breaking down severely at this particular point right now. It might later on. But I just think that you've got to be very selective. And if it's working, that's the way you have to treat it. So we're very for. I mean, for instance, we have an auto stock doing very nicely in this environment. That's crazy, but it is. The one that we got today is healthcare management, doing very nicely. So I don't really want to fight that. And at the same, and also we bought. We took a position in the XLF, which is the financials, which were coming down sharply. And yet today, look, it's a very nice gain. It's up 24 cents, but it's a nice candle. So I'm just treating it one step at a time, and we'll try to take our profits whenever we can, and I'll raise the stops on positions that we have. But I think that the most important takeaway is that it's a very selective market. I think the bigger issues, if you look at the IWM, the Russell 2000, that's still very negative. So I think that we will be doing a lot of backing and filling, and I think that this is a consolidation phase, a rotational correction. But there are some individual stocks that I like very much. So we'll see how we can handle the dichotomy of being long and short at the same time.
And folks, the way you can test drive Basil's newsletter right now, the way you do it, you come over to our website at TFNN, and you're going to go right under newsletters. As you go up under newsletters, you're going to see the Chapman Wave, hit the Chapman wave. You can do it 30 days absolutely free. You're going to get a great newsletter each and every day. Basil's out there right in the morning with all those newsletters. And bottom line, of course, don't forget, every trading day right here, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. You can hear them. And remember, folks, all the programming on TFNN, you can get right in your cell phone. TFNN.com, hit Tiger TV on the right-hand side. You're going to get some great HD quality video each and every day. It's going to be interesting watching this, man, because the fastness of these bounces, they are getting faster.
And bigger.
You know, that, to me, is a texture of not a bull market. So we'll see.
Yeah. In other words, there's definitely some kind of some rotational aspect here, and I think that there are fund managers taking profits. I can see that. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, this is a fast counter trend bounce, and it's that market's a market, man. It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
Okay, have a great one, man. Have a safe one, Basil. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of volume they put into the close. We're only at 408 right now, folks.
Hi, folks. The 800th edition of the Gold Report will be published next Monday. To celebrate the last 15 and a half years of calling the gold market, I'm doing a special promotion. You can receive 60 weeks of the Gold Report for only $600. That is $10 a week, which is a savings of 50% off the regular price. If you want to understand the entire supply and demand equations that move the gold market, including where the XAU, HUI, and mining equities are looking to trade, if you want to understand the correlation between the dollar, the yen, the South African rand, bonds, and gold, the Gold Report is for you. I'll give you the entry price target, and stop for each equity, ETF, future, or option trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter with the focus on building real wealth to a successful portfolio of gold and silver equities. You can take advantage of this special promotion until August 27th. That's 60 weeks of the Gold Report for $600, which is a 50% savings. Go to the front page of TFNN.com or call 877-518-9190 and order now. Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. So this is going to, we were talking about this a couple weeks ago, folks. So specifically what it is this. This just came across the tape. So ex-trader Lidvark ordered to federal prison during his appeal. Now, what this is all about So a federal appeals court on Tuesday ordered the former Jeffries trader to report to prison on September 12th to begin serving a 2-year sentence for lying to customers about mortgage bond prices. He's appealing his January conviction, and he had asked the Manhattan-based court to allow him to remain free until the case is resolved. That isn't what happened the first time around. In 2014, at his first trial for lying to customers, when he was convicted, the appeals court allowed him to remain free during the appeal. The higher court later overturned the conviction, setting up the second trial. The denial of the bill doesn't necessarily mean, of course, that the appeal is doomed, said Peter Henning, professor at Wayne University Law School. Receiving the same sentence as he did after the first trial shows the district judge was not taking a favorable view of the case, which may mean that the Second Circuit is less likely to disturb the conviction this time. Now, this is the thing that is going to be wild, not just about this, but in general. And we were bringing up, there was another, I forgot what the other case was. But this is a big deal, because this is what this is, folks, okay? Well, here, let's see. After his first trial for lying to customers, the appeals court said the trial judge had improperly blocked Lidvek's attorney from calling an expert witness who would testify that his behavior was commonplace among bond traders, but that the expert's testimony at the second trial didn't stop jurors from convicting him. Lidvek's appeal this time around centers on his contention that the government didn't prove that his lies were material to his investors or significant enough to affect their decision whether to enter the trade. His lawyers argued that such misstatements were only relative to the price negotiations and of no consequence to a reasonable investor. His attorneys also argued that the trial court improperly allowed evidence that 2 of his alleged victims believed he was acting as their agent, even though the judge in the case told jurors that he wasn't acting as their agent. Prosecutors argued to the appeals court that regardless of their legal relationship, one of the other traders believed that he was telling him the truth and honestly negotiated payment on top of the price that Jeffries had paid for the bond. Lidvek was the first of more than a half-dozen traders charged in the government's crackdown, and this is what they're saying, on shady bond trading practices to go to jail. A former Norma Holdings trader accused of similar conduct was convicted in June of conspiracy and cleared of 6 fraud accounts following a trial in Hartford, while one of his colleagues, Taylor Peters, was acquitted of all charges. So this is how this shakes out, and this is pretty amazing because of the context that the bond market, folks. Okay, so what this ruling is this. So the bond market is non-transparent. Well, the Treasury, like when I bring up Treasuries, that's certainly transparent. If I bring up, I just brought up the Treasuries right here. This is the 10-year. These are actually live quotes too. Bottom line, you have the price, you have what they're traded at, you can get the first, last, and all this, right? Well, mortgage-backed securities, you can't get that. And so this is what the ruling says. And this is the amazing part about this is that just at some point, someone decided that they got taken to the cleaners, and prosecutors went after them, and it's changed the whole business. But this is what I want you to get through your head, that this is what the ruling was. So you're a customer. Let's say you and I are a customer. We're calling up the bond desk. The bond desk is going to tell you that you have a bid at a certain price and you have a offer at a certain price. So let's just say right now the Tesla bonds that went off, last week. Well, let's say mortgage-backed. It doesn't matter what bonds actually. Let's say the Tesla bonds. Tesla bonds are 2% under what they were trading at when they went off of par. Let's say that they trade transparently, but they actually don't. But we're going to go to mortgage-backed because that's what this is all about. But it's any bond price whatsoever. If the broker or the bank that bought the bonds, if we ask them what you paid for the bonds, they have to tell us. And what happened in this case, the broker didn't disclose, didn't tell them the truth about what they paid for the bonds. Now, the amazing thing is that all these brokers are saying, hey, what are you talking about? This is how the business had worked forever. And folks, that is how the business worked forever. This is the thing that's amazing about this. And this is what I want you to get your head wrapped around. Outside of the financial business, you can say, you know, you want to sell something, you can say that. You cannot do that inside an investment, period. Okay? Whatever it is, and guess what? After this bond deal, there's going to be, I'm sure these trading desks, there's a heads up that is over the top. And it better be over the top because bottom line is that this ruling, and this is the first guy that's going in jail, it's 2 years, but that's how it's supposed to work anyway. And what also is supposed to happen, and what is intriguing about this one here, they did two different things. This is what they did. Well, this is what he's accused of. Well, this is what he got guilty of, actually, is that he didn't disclose what they got them at, and then on top of that, two other customers, and this is where probably greed just gets you down, two other customers end up paying an additional fee for the trade. Okay, so what ends up happening normally in the bond market is that you can't, under the Financial Regulatory Board, you can't charge more than 5% on any trade anyway, period. You're not supposed to. But inside of that, he made money on the spread, number one, because he didn't tell the truth, and then he charged on top of that for two of them. But as we go along, I know what it was. I know what it was. It was this is when this came up last time. And it was when the guy Schickel got convicted about 3 weeks ago. Because what he also got convicted on was the aspect that, now this gets really intriguing, that the folks that were in his fund got their money back. In fact, some people made 10 times their money. But guess what? In between that, he didn't tell the truth. So what had ended up happening is that the fund was in trouble at 1 second. Then they turn around and come out with this solid big drug. They got their money back. So for customers, the bottom line is that now you call up on bond prices, you're going to get the real bond prices, and people are going to be in shock. So what is also going to happen there, now the bond salesmen's, their rates are going to go down dramatically. And depending on how long you've been listening to the show, what used to happen on Wall Street is that bond salesmen, I'm going back, 15, 20 years now, maybe 15 years. 15 years ago, I know this is how it worked, is that they would have to spend more on their American Express card than they made, or guess what? They wouldn't be with the firm, because that's how much entertainment was done on a consistent basis so that they would get bond deals to push them out. Pretty amazing. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Dow Industrials right now up 187, Nasdaq's up 84, S&Ps are up 23. We're going to be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 192. You get the Nasdaq up 86. S&Ps are up 23. Percentage-wise, what we have out here, folks, you get the Dow up 0.9%, S&P's 0.9%, Nasdaq Composite 1.4%. If we go over and we take a look at the XLE, well, let's go to Chevron first. So Chevron, they announced that their CEO is stepping down. Let's see what they have to say. So John Watson, who led Chevron since 2010, is planning to step down as the oil major, seeks a new chief executive. This was intraday. The market must have realized that because it's no big pop on Chevron. That being said, what has happened is that Chevron had a nice run a couple weeks ago, and guess what? Never took a swing point out, still failed on price, failed on volume. That's making its way back to 102. And what you have here is this. We'll see if, in fact, it's a large ABC structure on the way down. Chevron does look like, to me, it wants to go down to 81. ExxonMobil, XOM. So what you have with XOM, this is quite a setup. So XOM already failed on price and volume today. On a nice day with the Dow Industrials, bottom line, Exxon can't get out of its own way. We've done 6.8 million shares. Now, Exxon, since August 3rd, Exxon was at $80, $80.82, goes to 76. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot, but that's a lot, folks, when you have 4.2 billion shares outstanding. Okay, this is a very hard stock to move. Well, they've moved it down. They've moved it down substantially. If we go back 3 months, it's gone from 83 to 76. Now, when you take a look at Exxon, and we put this up, it's like, okay, man, Exxon's making its way down to 71. Right, you're at 76. So now let's go back to the XLE. XLE right now, this is what you have. We're at $62.47. We put this on a longer-term chart, and what you're going to see, this is making its way down to the $60 to $49 price point. If we go inside the actual oil market, because what has happened is that you had the Exxon and Chevron signaling that oil was going to continue to basically stay at an inexpensive price. Not that, when oil first came down a couple of years ago off the 120 mark, it was like, okay, are you only going to stay at $50, $45? Well, that's how it's looking, folks. The consolidation in oil right now. You get the low end of $42. Well, let's say $45. $45 to $50. That's where this thing is laying out. It looks like it's going to stay there for a while. Let's go over to the financials. J.P. Morgan Chase. J.P. Morgan out here today. What do you have? So you're up 95 cents. You came down on 13.8 million. Guess what we're going up on? 7.5. That is not a stock. That's not a stock. No, that has more demand than supply. That has more supply than demand. We go take a look at. So you get J.P. Morgan. Let's do Goldman, because Goldman. What's going to be so intriguing here is to see if, in fact, whether it's going to be another 6 months, year, whatever that's going to be, is that if Goldman was the one that rang the bell. My take so far is that, yeah, it's the one. It hit 255, and that was in March of 2017. March of this year, we hit the 255. Goldman was the first one to come down off those highs, and it hasn't been able to basically get over the 230 mark and stay over that 230 mark since then. So, we'll see. Let's put this a little bit closer. Goldman out here today, though. Goldman, you came down on 3.4 million. You're up on 1.5. That's pure distribution. Now, Goldman has been going sideways since that first get-go down on March 24th. It's a big number. If we do go and we take a look at the XLF, what you're going to see is the same type of setup. You're up with 33 million shares after coming down with 76 million. Those are big numbers, folks. And as I said at the beginning of the show, what you're going to be looking for is, we came down fast and furious last week. You did the counter trend bounce. We came down again. We're doing the counter trend bounce. And what you should be looking for is this counter trend bounce even weaker than the last one? And if that's what you got, your probability goes much higher that this baby is going to go south once again, and will go south very quickly. The way this is set up right now, we're on, let's see, it's Tuesday. This can bounce tomorrow, probably Thursday. Maybe it falls apart Thursday afternoon. Because what we do have is that summer trading, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it has a chance to get some volume in it. And 2 weeks from now, we're back into September. September trading, you're going to get real action here. Volume out here today is anemic. We'll see if they put it into the close. Right now, you're at 454 million on the NYSE. That is tremendously light volume for having 50, or let's say 10 minutes, 13 to 15 minutes left in the marketplace. On the Nasdaq Composite, we have 1.3, so that's not bad. They'll probably throw at least 400 to 500 million in the close there. The GDX, let's see what going with the GDX. GDX out here, backing down with 15 million shares. That is a good situation. We went up on Friday with 55 million. There's no sellers. You're backing down with 15.7 million. That is a good situation. And as you do come over to our website at TFNN, what you're going to see right on the front page, if you happen to want to get in the metal market, in the gold market, this is a great time to do it. The 800th edition, that's 15 and a half years, was written this Monday. You can get that edition, right? And we put it on the breaking news. So if you want to see what the gold report looks like, you can check it out right there under breaking news. If you'd like to get the special will be over this coming Sunday night. You can get 60 weeks of the gold report for $600. That's a 50% discount. Fast, furious, 15 and a half years. It's pretty amazing how fast, we always say how fast everything goes, but man, I'm actually tired of saying it. But yesterday's gone, tomorrow's not here. What are you doing right now? And what I've found, folks, if you keep that in the top of your head, you can kind of have a good time and keep things in perspective as to what is really important, because everyone wants to get you on their trip. That's kind of how life is, and stay on your own trip, because the bottom line, it's a lot of fun. You can get creative. You can understand. We only know what we know. If I've learned anything, you only know what you know. That's it. You can keep listening, but you truly only know what you know. Some of the Dow stocks out here, you have Caterpillar up $2. You get Exxon up 45 cents. We get Boeing up $4. IBM's up 70 cents. Honeywell's up $1.53. DuPont's up 119. These Dow stocks, let's see if there's any Dow stock that is actually in the negative. Oh, look at this. Yeah, you have in the negative out here, all of Intel is putting 1 negative point into the Dow, and Coca-Cola is putting 0.4 of 1 into the Dow. That's it. and Procter & Gamble's putting 0.3. Boeing is the big mover. That's putting 27 positive points. United Health 18, Apple 18, Goldman 17, Caterpillar 14, Disney 11. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow's up 199, Nasdaq's up 87, S&Ps are up 24. We'll be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go take a look at some of the higher volume stocks, and we do have a low volume market out here today. Intel is the only stock that's actually down over a point inside the, well, not even a point, it's down 24 cents. Excuse me, folks, inside the Dow Industrials. Let's go take a look at Apple. So Apple's up $2.63. The PR firm, no doubt they're pushing this phone coming out, all of the above. Apple is still over its 156 area. Would have to get under the 156 to get into the lower range out here. We go take a look at Walmart. So Walmart and Amazon, they're still fighting it out. Walmart right now trading $80. Now this little baby is going into 17 million shares. You've only done 5 million, so I suspect that's going to be right back downtown. Amazon, the king of delivery. Amazon's up $14, 2.5 million. That's going into 3.5. So Amazon doesn't look like to me it's going anywhere quick. Google, we go take a look at Google out here. Google, the A shares, they are up 18 bucks. Now, Google's not bad. Google, it's going into 1.2, but you're already over 1 million shares. So Google wants to go a little bit higher. Google can actually get up to 945. Right now, you're at 925. Facebook out here, that has never broken down yet. Facebook has a high volume high at 175. The low of that is 167. We did 68 million shares there. That actually backed down into that yesterday with 11 million. So Facebook is going to go once again after this 175. The biotechs, which we haven't looked at for a while, biotechs out here, that's up $6 today. You're at 799,000 shares. Now this one here, this is coming into 1.6 million. So I expect that you can see this go up to 317, another $7. But that being said, this is a high-end consolidation. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming back for some numbers for you. Dow Industrials right now up 203, Nasdaq up 88, S&P's up 24. We're gonna be right back.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Marty in Worcester. Hey, Marty, what's going on?
Hi, Mr. O'Brien. How are you?
I'm doing great. How you been, man?
Not bad. You know, you guys, over the time and with a few of your courses and seminars, you taught me how to fish.
That's a beautiful thing, brother.
Yeah, it's true. And so what happens is I still listen all the time, and to not only you, but some of the others.
Sure.
To, get an idea where the fish might be biting. As far as your services, they're a bargain. When you compare them to a certain prominent man with real estate courses at $35,000 and no contact with the lecturers afterwards at all, and you think of what you guys do for a few hundred, and you can get access and ask questions forever, it's a great deal.
No, we appreciate you growling problem with us out here.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Create new agreements based on respect and love. Take the responsibility to make new agreements with those you love. If an agreement doesn't work, change the agreement and create a new one. Use your imagination to explore all the possibilities. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials close up 196, Nasdaq up 84, S&P's up 22, gold contract down $6.10, trading at $12.90 an ounce. Silver down 2 cents, $17.07 an ounce. Platinum down $4.50 at $9.77 an ounce. Copper flat at $2.98 a pound. Now, that being said, what you're going to see with copper, folks, it's pretty amazing. I'm going to go through some copper stocks out here. Copper might be flat, but guess what? Copper stocks, they're going to the moon. Copper actually hit 302 out here today. It looks like copper wants to go to the 308 level. Big numbers coming in copper. That's been quite an expansion. So from $2.50 to 302 within 3 months. Oil Oil up 70 cents, trading at $2.98 an ounce, a barrel rather. Notes, 10-year note down 8 ticks, 126.18. 30-year bond down 16 ticks, 155.21. If we get open, we take a look at this, what you're going to see is this. Inside the 10-year note out here, it pulls back today with 920,000 contracts. That 920,000 contracts, folks, is going into 1.3 million contracts, almost 1.4 million. These bonds don't want to back off. Now, the high that they're going after is June 14th. That high was 127.08. If you actually look at the 10-year right now, the Fed might want to go up in rates, but guess what? The market is buying bonds. We're still at 2.21 on the 10-year. If we take a look at this and we do it the whole 6 months, the low for the 10-year is 2.1. The high is 2.6. We're at 2.2. If we take the yearly and go back a year, you're going to see the low is 1.5. The high is 2.6. So that differential is big. That's almost 1 full percentage point. But right now, guess what? We're still at 2.2, and I suspect that high wants to be tested. We'll see if it gets taken out. If you have volume behind the move, guess what? Rates are going lower. King dollar right now up 438 ticks. We take a look at King dollar. What you're going to see with King dollar is this. King dollar went up today on 19,000 contracts. That's anemic volume. That being said, I expect King dollar's finally, got a bounce going. 95, 96 is game on King dollar. The real question is going to be if it continues higher. With this anemic volume, your probability goes much higher that this is a B to a C of a much larger ABC structure on the way down. That'll take King dollar to the 88 level. We break 88, and King dollar will have some big problems, because if we get a couple points into 88, if we go to 86, then you're going to see a King dollar down at 77 to 72, and that is pretty intense, because that's saying that the U.S. dollar is losing value in an incredible way. If we go over to the Canadian dollar and you look at that's just the opposite correlation. What you're going to see is that the Canadian dollar, bottom line, 4 months ago, we were 137 Canadian dollar to 1 U.S. dollar. We're at 125 right now. This baby looks like it's going to go down to 124, and we'll see, in fact, if we ever went back to the 70 area, that means that the Canadian dollar would go par once again. Last time that we were par with the Canadian dollar was in May of 2011, as well as November of 2007. So there's a lot of moves that are happening out here. The euro, and with the reason I'm bringing these currencies up in the update right now is that Jackson Hole's going to be happening out here, folks. These currencies are going to be moving around. I think particularly the dollar and the pound, they're going to be moving around quite a bit. Right now, the euro is at 117.58. Bottom line, this has been a one-way trade inside the euro. We've gone from 105 in April. You're at 117 right now, and we'll see whether it basically is going to get up and over this 118 to get to the 123 area. We're going to take a look at the S&Ps. What do we have inside the S&Ps? S&Ps out here today, you went up in 60 million shares. We came down on 128 million, and if we take a look at the last dead cat bounce that we had, meaning on the 10th of August, you came down with 120 million shares. First day up, we did 73 million. So this correlation is important, and this is why. Each and every time when you look at the market, do you have the strength in the market, is the energy there in the market or not? What you're going to see here, and this is the first time since May that we actually came down twice very fast, did another counter trend bounce, but what you can see, and the energy level is that it's abating and it's evaded very quickly. The first time that we came down, August 10th, you did 120 million shares. First day of the bounce, we did 73 million. We came down last week with 128 million. That expanded, and guess what? We only did 60 million. So 60 million instead of 73. On the way down, we did 128 versus 120. Now let's go over to the Qs and take a look at that same correlation. The correlation inside the Qs go like this. On the 10th, we came down with 63 million. Last week, we came down with 70 million. The first day of the bounce on the Qs, we did 34 million. Today, we did 36. So the Qs had more strength this time than they did last time. On the IWM, what do we have? IWM, small caps, first time we came down on the 10th, we did 40 million. He did a counter trend bounce for 21. We came down with 32 million on the small caps. We did a counter trend bounce of 24. So it's intriguing. So the small caps are actually saying that it can bounce a little bit more. SPY, however, bottom line, saying it's going to lower price. Inside the actual indices, we did 688 million going into 924 on the NYSE. We take a look at the Nasdaq Composite. The Composite did 1.5 billion versus 2 billion. If we take a look at this composite right now, what you're going to see composite-wise is that we got up 84 bucks. We started down on Wednesday at 63.34. This baby can get, I suspect, 63.24. Yeah, we can get up another $25 pretty easy. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. Dow Industrials finished up 196. Nasdaq up 84. S&P's up 25. We're going to be right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
877-927-6648. Let's go over to that copper market, HGZ7. So what's intriguing out here in copper, now copper's been on a tear, folks, okay? If we bring this back on May 8th, copper was at $2.50 a pound. You're at $3 a pound right now. HG1. Now, if I put this on a continuous contract, what you're going to see, put on a few years out here. What you're going to see is that this baby's not only off the bottom in copper is 193 on going back to January of 2016. But what you have here is that you've launched the 296 swing point from May of 2015. And the way this actually lines up now is that you can take the top of that, which is 296, you take the bottom of it, which is 193, and you can say that, guess what? Copper very well, never mind the 308 where I thought it was going to go, copper can go to $4. Now, the swing high out here from September of 2012 is 384. Let me see this. Let me bring this up further, because I want to show you what happened with the actual stocks out here today. Yeah, bottom line, this looks like it wants to go to $4. Okay, so that being said, you know, you got a big expansion, right? Now watch this. So these copper stocks, there's no doubt they're taken off. You know, if you go to the largest copper stock out there, which is Southern Copper was trading at $33 June 20th. That baby took out a B point of an ABC structure on the way up on the 16th of August. Your 8 point on this is 34. Your B, I'm ballparking this. Your B point is approximately 40. You get $6, which gets you a 43 price point, right? Well, now I know a lot of Tigers own this particular stock. It's Taseko Mines. This thing is a little rocket ship. So Taseko today went up 11 cents. This equity has gone from a price point of $1 to $1.80 since the May 5th. And it has volume behind the move, and it's an ABC structure on the way up. So your A point on this is $1.10. Your B point is $1.67. You get 55 cents. You're talking basically $2 on this ABC structure. Now, the reason that I'm bringing this up has to do with the way, let's go over to the gold contract now, because what we've had is this. The gold contract has been laying here, and we had the expansion. The gold stocks moved somewhat, okay, but not like these copper stocks have moved. My point is that I expect you are going to get that move. When that move starts happening, it is going to be quite a move. And inside the gold contract, we have two separate areas that it's been trying to take out. We actually did take them out last Friday. You took them out on the dailies, you took them out in the weeklies, and then it didn't hold price. That has to do with how we came down in October and November. The cool thing is here, if you go back, and I remember this very well, when I was, the gold report, I did my 800 edition on Monday, which is almost 4 years. When the commodity market first started, folks, the bull market, well, the last bull market, which it actually started in 2002, it was copper that basically took off first. And in fact, here, I'll bring this up so you can see how dramatic this was. HG1, because this is wild. And this is, if you know, our man, Mr. Ed Young, was on with me each and every day at 3:15. And I remember this so well because he was saying, yeah, man, this thing, you know, can, HG1 generic, 1 second. This thing can, you know, get up to the $2 or $3 area. And it's like, wow, really? HG, because copper, I think at this point was trading at 67 cents. Okay, so I bring this back. I'm going to bring it back 20 years. And what you're going to see, yeah, it was. So in 2001, copper was at 62 cents a pound. It does a little pop-up from 2001 to 2002 to 76. So, you know, percentage-wise, big move, right? Starts going sideways for a bit, and then all of a sudden in June of 2003, it never looked back, okay? It went from a price point of 74, and a year later, it's at $1.35. It goes sideways for a few more months, and then it just keeps going. So this is a move that you want to pay attention to because, you know, the last high in copper was $4.64. Now, the reason it's important if you are in not just the copper market, This is why I'm bringing it up. If you're in the gold market or the silver market, it's crucial because the byproduct of many of these particularly the silver companies, many of the silver companies, the byproduct is copper, and it's a huge amount of copper. And what tends to happen, oh, excuse me, folks, what happens is this, is that the silver companies, they don't want to say they're copper companies, okay? So what happens is that, and there's certain formulas that you have to use. And the same with the gold company doesn't want to say it's a silver company because, you know, gold is worth more than silver, silver is worth more than copper. But when you start fundamentally looking at what they process and what copper can do to their financials when copper moves like this, it's a real deal. And 50 cents a pound in the course of what we just did is a monster number. So what you're going to end up seeing, you know, and the aspect of these next quarters coming out, you're going to see the aspect of how much these companies can actually put into their bottom line. And, you know, we'll see between that and the aspect of gold basically making that run, if in fact they can get over and finish up that ABC structure at the 1327, I think we get some real action. The real key, one of the real keys, of course, is going to be the good old Jackson Hole, what's going to come out of Jackson Hole, and, you know, we're going to see that pretty quickly. You know, what are they going to come up with? What are they going to say? The whole ball of wax. And, you know, I suspect they're all going to claim that, then, you know, well, we'll find out, you know. Economy-wise, the euro and Draghi will be one of the ones, no doubt, that will be commenting quite a bit. I suspect Yellen will be commenting quite a bit. But where that euro goes is going to be important to the aspect of where the dollar goes, number one. If we go over to the yen and we take a look at the yen, JPY, so that correlation, the yen right now is trading at 109.58. And bottom line, you know, that little baby, let's pull this back a little bit more. Okay, so you've come down to the bottom of April 21st. That low is 108.13. $108.60 we hit this week. Today we hit 108.98. And that little baby still looks like it's going to bounce a little bit more before, yeah, 112.24 is probably game. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow finished up 196. Nasdaq up 84. S&P's up 24. We're going to be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, the 800th edition of the Gold Report will be published next Monday. To celebrate the last 15 and a half years of calling the gold market, I'm doing a special promotion. You can receive 60 weeks of the Gold Report for only $600. That is $10 a week, which is a savings of 50% off the regular price. If you want to understand the entire supply and demand equations that move the gold market, including where the XAU, HUI, and mining equities are looking to trade, if you want to understand the correlation between the dollar, the yen, the South African rand, bonds, and gold, the Gold Report is for you. I'll give you the entry price target, and stop for each equity, ETF, future, or option trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter with the focus on building real wealth to a successful portfolio of gold and silver equities. You can take advantage of this special promotion until August 27th. That's 60 weeks of the Gold Report for $600, which is a 50% savings. Go to the front page of TFNN.com or call 877-518-9190 and order now.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Think or Swim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Some of the higher volume stocks out here. We did have a low volume market. You had Snap. That was up 95 cents. We'll get back to that. That's quite a move. Freeport-McMoRan was up 34 cents. We had Apple up 257. Bank of America was up 45. Let's go over to Snap for a second, because what is happening with Snap, folks, is that they are going to be able to sell quite a few shares come next week. So Snap, that's Snapchat, okay, but the official name is Snap Inc. The high for the year is 29. The low is 11. They went public March 1st at $17. Now, if you take a look at, we'll bring this back, what you're going to see, they might have went public at 17, but the bottom line is that they opened up at 23, went all the way up to 29 the next day, came down to 23 the following day, and then went straight down to $11.28. Now, that $11.28 was only last week. That being said, now watch this. This is where this is going to get pretty wide. I wouldn't be buying Snap right here. I mean, if you're going to basically get a plan developed and want to come in a few different times, that's, meaning that, let's say you want to buy 100 shares, you do 30, 30, 30, great. If you want to buy 1,000, 300, 300, 300, not bad. The reason being is this. Snap lockup is expiring August 29th. Right now we are at August 22nd. So 7 days from today, the insiders are going to be able to sell shares. So let's go through this. So the equity lockup period to Snap shares end in a week following its $3.91 billion initial public offering. Snap had sold 230 million shares at $17 in its IPO on March 1st. The offering consisted of 160 million sold by the company. So when the company sells them, folks, that money goes right in the treasury. And 69.7 million from existing shareholders. There's a big difference, and you want to understand that difference. So they sold 230 million shares. Out of that, 69.7 million did not go into the company treasury. It went to the insiders, so that money is not on the balance sheet, okay? The selling shareholders, including directors and executive officers, Benchmark Capital Holdings, Lightspeed Management, General Catalyst Partners, SV Angel, the sale increased the outstanding shares by 34%. Since then, the stock has declined 20%. The underwriters restricted sales by the company, directors and executives, stockholders, and certain shareholders for 180 days. The company also restricted the sale of 50 million shares until March 2nd, 2018. Okay, so now what you can do is this. You take the 230 million. Okay, so watch how this shakes out. We got 230 million. We know that they sold the 60 million. Okay, so let's say this. You get 200. Well, here's another way of doing it. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to pull up the holdings because next week there is going to be so much stock that can get sold by the insiders. It's pretty incredible. Well, here you go, right at the very beginning. So you have the two executives, probably the founders. They each have one has 11.9%, the other has 11.2%. That right there, that's 187 million shares that can get sold. Benchmark still has 45 million shares. Lightspeed has 38 million shares. These are insiders that can sell. So the amazing part is that Snap is getting a pop at all, because what you're going to have here is this. You're going to have, I suspect, insiders that want to sell, number one. And number two, and now this is where this gets interesting. Watch how this shakes out. You see the percentage of the float. Right now, the percentage of the float, it has a 19% short position. Now, what will happen there is that the restriction on the sales, that is going to push more stock into the marketplace. Bottom line, what does that mean? That means two different things. That means that there's going to be more stock that could be sold, meaning shorted, because what ends up happening as soon as the restrictions left off of it, you can borrow the shares, you can sell the shares. Bottom line, I wouldn't step into this just yet. I would let this thing, basically get unlocked and see where this thing is going. I think on a longer-term basis, yeah, I can picture someone else buying it. There's no doubt about that. On a shorter-term basis, though, this company has not basically performed. When you look at the actual numbers, so check this out. They are claiming that they're going to go from 893 million this year to 1.6 billion next year. When they just came out with their numbers, the first time they came out with their numbers, that growth rate certainly wasn't there on the first quarter. The first quarter, they went from doing 149 million gross to 181 gross. Now they're saying that they can do, so picture this, they went up 31 million in the quarter. They're claiming that this next quarter, they can go up 60 million. And then on top of that, they're saying by the end of the year that they actually can do an additional 140 million from where they are right now. Now, if you have a company that only could go up 30 million, I can't figure out how in 90 days how you're going to go up 140 million in 180 days. That's pretty intense. But we'll see where the whole thing gets out. But you want to keep your eye on when that shares get released, and we'll see who sells into the market or who doesn't sell into the market. We go take a look at the good old Microsoft. So Microsoft is hanging tough up at these highs, $73.16. We take a look at this, and Microsoft has volume up at this 74.30. So I suspect 74.30 probably is going to get tested. IBB, that's a different situation. The biotechs are totally different. So this is how the IBB is shaking out right now. It was up 584 today. You're at $310.52. We had volume of 909 million, and you're going against 1.6 million. We take a look at this and we put this on a weekly basis. What you're going to see is that the IBB had a heck of a week in June. We went from 293 to 323. You did 16 million shares. But what you were going into, folks, 33 million, as well as 19 million. We came back down with 4.8 million. We went up last week with 3.6 million. We'll see what we do this week. This week, it looks like you could do around the same thing. This consolidation, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky with the IBB. Bottom line, they couldn't break a swing point on the bounce that it actually did generate even in June. The high of the IBB is 400. It got down to 240. Already tested the high, rejected it. And we did this last week. It did 21 million versus 61. So that's pretty intense. That's saying that the IBB does want lower price. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. We had the Dow finished up 196, Nasdaq up 84, S&P's up 25. We're going to be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. So we had the API numbers come out at 4:30. We have the EIA numbers come out at 10:30 tomorrow morning. This is how they shook out. Crude inventories, folks, had a drawdown of 3.6 million barrels last week. Cushing, which is one of the large storage places, drawdown of 462 million barrels. Gasoline had 1.4 million plus pushed in. Distillates 2.05 million plus. That's a big number. So yeah, you got oil trading down slightly out here. If we do look at the gasoline market, gasoline right now, unleaded gas is at trading 149 wholesale. And, where the crude market looks like it wants to be a little bit higher, I think that $50 mark wants to get hit. Gasoline looks to me like, number one, you want to go to 145, and you very well could be right down into this 139 again. So it's going to be interesting watching this baby shake out. Let's go to heating oil because the folks up north, they'll have to start worrying about heating oil pretty soon. So heating oil right now is at 159 wholesale. And that also looks like, let me pull this up right there. So that also, oh, that's going to be a toss-up, heating oil. Yeah, the heating oil is a toss-up because heating oil had pretty good volume out here today. This is quite a story. So Toll Brothers, folks, right? Toll Brothers came out with their numbers today. Decent numbers. They sold the stock off a couple of dollars. But check this out. The headline reads, forget starter homes. U.S. millennials are buying luxury homes. Toll says that 23% of its sales this year were to young buyers. And if you remember, let me go through the station for the story first. Millennials in the United States were slow to become homeowners. That was the beginning, that it was beginning to look like they would rent forever. Now they're a force in the market for high-end houses. Toll Brothers, the largest U.S. home builder, said Tuesday that 23% of the sales this year were to customers with at least one buyer aged 35 or younger. That was a real surprise given that the company's average contract price in the 3 months through July, listen to this is amazing, was $837,300. That is unbelievable, man. Buyers in their mid-20s and 30s have been slow to purchase for good reason. They're marrying and having children later and face a tight existing home market where sellers routinely get multiple offers, but the delay has given some of them time to save for a down payment. We've been pleasantly surprised. Fred Cooper, Vice President of Investor Relations, said today, Toll said in an email, these people who may each have 10 years of work under their belts can afford their first home that is more luxurious than the ones think of as typical starter homes. Home ownership by young people is still low by historic standards. Buyers from 18 to 34 years old possess 11% of the U.S. owner-occupied homes, according to the Census Bureau by the real estate website Trulia. When baby boomers were that age, they owned homes at almost twice that level. That's pretty intense. Wow. Toll recently introduced this lower-priced T-Select brand aimed at younger buyers. Toll fell today 2.7% to $37. That's a big number, man. That is one big number. Because what is happening out here, too, folks, and this is where the price and the supply of homes are changing pretty dramatically because there's plenty of folks that are the baby boomer generation that they're not selling the houses at all. Bottom line is that because they can rent the houses, they can get it out, and then they can downsize too and have best of both worlds. So I suspect you're going to have a tight housing market for quite a while. Let's go to Paul in California. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
Hey, Primal Brian, what's happening, buddy?
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great. Yourself?
That's a beautiful thing. Good, thank you. Cooking, brother.
Awesome. Yeah, man, thanks for taking my call. I really appreciate it. I'm taking a look at the USLV, and, man, I don't know if I should take my bread here or hang tight. I'm in here at 10:45, and I was expecting this thing was going to be up here around, $14 already. Okay, let's take a look at it. So the USLV, folks, is the Velocity Shares 3 times long silver exchange-traded note. These are daily investment vehicles. The bottom line is that you get big action in them. The way this shook out today, it's not bad, though. The way I'd trade this, Paul, you're already in it for tomorrow morning. So what I'd look at is that you have that 1248 to 1290 from the 10th, right? You pull back today, you did 1.6 million versus 2.3, a rejected lower price. So that's saying it should make a run for this 1290. What you're going to have to be cognizant of is this. I was just talking about Jackson Hole. So the way this is going to work in Jackson Hole, folks, is this. The news coming across the tape is going to be on Friday. So what happens is this. All these central bankers, there's going to be 40 countries with central bankers coming into Jackson Hole, folks. They're going to be coming in Thursday. The meetings start on Friday. We'll get news events on Friday. The biggest news event I expect is going to be what Draghi has to say, because he's the one right now. We already know what, Yellen is saying, wants, all of the above. Draghi's still a wild card out here, and if the market thinks they're going to tighten up on that euro more, bottom line, you'll see the dollar go down, you're going to see silver go up, you're going to see gold go up, and you're going to see it happen very quickly. So Friday's your timeline, man. Just be aware of it, and you know, you're in the same time frame as they are, I believe. So.
Yeah, I'm hoping it to get up to that swing point. That $14 swing point is kind of what I was aiming for, but
well,
if it starts turning around, you know, I'll bail quick.
There's no doubt. If we go look at the nugget the same way, okay, these have been staying there. These are dangerous vehicles when you are consolidating, because whether you are a bull position or a bear position, when you're consolidating, folks, they both will go down. I know that sounds insane, but mathematically that's what ends up happening, because in a consolidation, they're daily investment vehicles, so they recharge themselves every day. So that's the danger part. I can tell you that I like the setup on the USLV right now better than I like the setup on the Nugget, though. You know, and what might have to do with, if you heard me a little bit earlier, Paul, this move in copper, right, is a huge deal for the silver stocks. So fundamentally, the silver stocks will make a lot more money because of copper being at this $3 level. You know, we've gone up 50 cents in, you know, basically a month and a half. And most silver stocks, the biggest byproduct in the silver market is copper. So they have tons and tons of copper that they have to sell. There's a big difference. Let's picture you selling, you know, 200 million tons of copper, you know, in a quarter. Well, guess what? 50 cents makes a huge difference, man. You know, so.
Yeah, FCX has been looking good. They've been.
Yeah, Freeport McMoran. That took out the swing today. Couldn't handle it, but there's no doubt. Freeport McMoran just went from $11 up to $15.70. You know, good number. And one of the Chiseco. This is a small stock, folks, but when copper takes off, this stock is an animal, man. This stock just went from what, 62 cents, I think. No, it went from $1.10 to $1.80. You know, and this thing is this is a big ABC up. This has another 20, 30 cents in it. So, you know, that's saying that, you know, copper's on the run. If copper's on the run, we just might get the big run in gold.
I'm looking forward to it, man. Have a good one, Tom O'Brien.
Okay, man. Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. With over $56 million in cash and over $66 million in working capital, Great Panther Silver is positioned as a company with a solid foundation and poised for growth. While completely unhedged to the price of silver, Great Panther retains 100% ownership in 2 producing mines in Mexico, which is the top silver producing country in the world, along with future potential production in Peru. Great Panther is highly leveraged to the price of silver, and after a great year of performance in 2016, Great Panther Silver has a strong outlook for 2017 as well. With good liquidity in trading and strong fundamentals on the balance sheet, while remaining completely unhedged to the price of gold and silver, now is a perfect time to take a closer look at this equity. If you'd like to find out more about Great Panther Silver, then go to greatpanther.com or check them out on the NYSE market, symbol GPL, or the TSX, symbol GPR.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. And folks, as you come over to our website at TFNN, if you do want to be involved in the metal market, you can. My 800 edition of the Gold Report was Monday. That edition is right under breaking news. You can check out the Gold Report. That's a live edition as of Monday. If you would like to take advantage of the promotion that we're doing this week, you can get 60 weeks of the Gold Report for $600. It's $10 a week. Normally, the Gold Report is $85 a month. So that promotion will be over this coming Sunday. The last time we did this, folks, was on the 600th edition. So that was 200 weeks ago. That's the last time that we did this exact same promotion. I suspect the next one, we'll do it at 1,000 weeks, 1,000 edition. Time just flies. There's no doubt about that. As I just said when I was talking with Paul, from California, it'll be Monday. It'll be Friday. Now, the intriguing thing about the Jackson Hole on Friday is that inside the currency market as well as the metal market, depending on which way it's going, it doesn't matter. If the currencies are going up, they can really go up on a Friday. If they're going down, they can really go down. The metals, same type of setup. So I expect what we're going to see out here is that we're going to get some probably major volatility move inside the currencies. The setup for Jackson Hole is that it's an economic summit. It's not something that supposedly the central bankers come in and just say what they're going to do. That being said, what will happen, it's going to be, between Yellen and Draghi. I suspect, though, Draghi is speaking. He's speaking in their morning, so that will be probably 11 or 12 o'clock our time, Eastern Standard Time. And that's always, no doubt, a dangerous time for the market as you're coming into a weekend. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great night, safe night. Look forward to speaking right back here tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. Wow! Look at them, folks.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.